Christy, you covered it all.
All right, girl. Thanks so much. All right, Sean, you're good.
All right, thanks guys. So yeah, much has changed, as you guys can probably feel in the markets. It's really quite bizarre how, like a flick of a switch, the markets can shift on us. I don't know about you, but we've seen a absolute tremendous amount of activity in this last few weeks. It's a really good sign, and but I don't want to say I told you so to all of the buyers that are out there that are on waiting, but I told them so because every single offer that I'm seeing that we're making is multiple offers right now. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing, but this weekend was crazy, and a lot of offers, a lot of things go, a lot of multiple offers, a lot of activity in open houses, a lot of people out and about. This is the buying season, so it's unbelievable how it popped. I mean, we have seen a tremendous amount of updates on pre-quals for people that are already pre-approved, but just say, hey, I'm looking at a home right now. Can you update my pre-qualification? I know I haven't called you back in the last 6 months, and I thank you for calling me every 2 or 3 weeks, but now I need it now. So we're seeing a lot of that happen. So that's a really, really good sign for the markets. I think with the rates coming down a little bit, with the buying season here, people are just jumping forward now. So I'm going to kind of share with you what's going on with the markets, because we had a little bit of surprise this Thursday and Friday in the markets. So hold on one second while I share this screen, and then I'll pull in what's going on. So first off, today we are down 45 basis points. We opened negative 45, negative 48 basis points is how we opened the day. So even though we're negative 45, we're still positive for the day based on opening. And we saw a pretty dramatic shift. This is Thursday, this is Friday, this is today. We lost 100 basis points in 3 days. This is really frustrating, and here's why. It doesn't make sense. And here's what you're going to hear in the news. You're going to hear in the news that we have the highest jobs number in a long time. And I don't know about you, but all I'm hearing is layoffs. I'm hearing like nobody's hiring. I'm not hearing a lot of there's massive hiring going on. I don't know about you, but so I dug in a little deeper, and the jobs numbers that came out, they're adding a new piece to the formula, and it's based on population growth. So even though there's 500,000 new jobs that were created, they're adjusting it for population growth, and it's just random arbitrary number. And that one, if you take that out, there's only 80,000 actual jobs that were created. But the markets are seeing it as this ginormous, like, oh my gosh, this is wild. And the problem with that is the feds are trying to get the unemployment number down. So if you see the market still going with these artificial numbers, the markets are kind of shifting in the fact that, like, oh my gosh, could this still be inflationary? Could we still have a hotter than expected market? And now the global markets have seen what we posted on Thursday for the jobs numbers, and now they're freaking out, and they're getting a little bit more teeth in their decisions. So we saw a little bit of a sell-off in the bond market because of that. And I believe, and if you look at all the numbers, they're skewed. So right now, I mean, we lost a couple days of good growth. I mean, we had some good growth this last couple weeks, and kind of lost it all in 2 days. So right now we're at a Fibonacci level right here. It's a good floor right here. So we're going to watch carefully. I'm hoping this will come back, but we saw rates in the fives, like I was telling you last Wednesday and Thursday. And then Thursday, the bottom just fell out. So keep an eye on what's happening in the markets, in the jobs arena. We have some more jobs numbers coming out this week. But if you were to strip out all of these new adjustments for population growth, there was actually a $2 million loss, 2 million people have lost their jobs in the last month. And that's completely contrary to what the numbers they're posting. So it's really, really interesting. And we have to really keep an eye on that, because I think the numbers are skewed right now. but it's still, it takes a while for the markets to actually uncover this and figure it out. But in the meantime, we did lose about 1/4 to 3/8 in rate in the last 3 days. So we went from, on the interest rates were right, 5.89 was where this was at last week. This is based on the 3rd, February 3rd, these numbers. So if you saw this today, this would be more like 6.375 today as the average 30-year fix. So we lost about 1/2 in rate in the last 3 to 4 days, 3/8 to 1/2 in rate. So that's not a good thing. But like all things, when rates do drop, they never drop in a straight line. There's always these head fakes, and this, I think, is one of them. So we want to keep a really close eye on that. But you see this L right here? This is the locking bias that that we should be locking on when we're watching these mortgage-backed securities. So we just need to see if we can't get some more rebounding here for future locks. But that's kind of what's happening with rates right now. We're back to where we were basically 2-3 weeks ago. And hopefully we'll see a rebound here. So keep your fingers crossed on that. Now, on another note, some interesting news, and this is good for everyone that has, anyone that's been pre-approved that's really tight on their pre-approvals in the last 2 to 3 months. If they've been pre-approved and their numbers are really tight and you're pushing them to the limits, DU has now come out with a new risk analysis that is making it a little bit more strict on their approvals. So you might have gotten a DU approval a couple of weeks back or a month back and maybe have a difficult time getting it now with the same exact numbers. So if you have somebody that's been pre-approved, have them rerun, your lender have them rerun it to make sure everything's good. So we're going to go through our pre-approvals that we've done to sweep through to make sure everything's still okay. But DU, Desktop Underwriter, is the automated underwriting tool that all lenders use for Fannie Mae loans. So any conventional Fannie Mae loan has to go through DU. If it doesn't go through DU, it's called a manual underwrite. We can do that, but that's special circumstances. But for the most part, most loans go through Desktop Underwriter. It's an automated underwriting engine that analyzes all of the aspects of the loan, including credit, everything, the whole application, and it's automated. So we have to run that. Those rules are getting stricter. So be careful if you have somebody that's pre-approved, and because that could affect their approval. So go back to your people that are pre-approved, make sure they're talking to their lender, or just send them my way, and we'll get them all taken care of on that. So back to the markets. I want to hear what you guys have to say now, because I've seen a huge uptick. Does anyone want to make any comments on any open houses that you've had over the weekend that you held to tell me, just to maybe reiterate kind of what I've seen? Anyone have any open houses this weekend? Don't be shy. Who had an open house this weekend? Nobody? All right, well, the open house.
Amy Powers put in the chat that she had multiple offers after a 3-hour open.
There you go. Okay, yep, right there. Yep, multiple offers received after 1 3-hour open. It's happening, guys. And if the rates do continue to get better, we will see it continue to have this trend, which I want to make sure you guys understand where we're going. Because if this turns out to be a 2021 again with multiple offers on every property, you're going to have your buyers have a better pre-approval with a local lender that knows what they're doing, that can close in 2 weeks to have the strongest offer. Don't forget, we have that platinum approval program where you get your loan fully approved up front. If you do that, you can lock in before you even have a property, and you can close in 2 weeks if you need to. You need to be the strongest offer when you have multiple offers out there. It's the only way, and our buyers need to understand that. They can't shop around, talk about different lenders every 4 to 5 days, talk to a different lender and think that this lender has a better rate, so I'm going to go with them, when in reality, the market's just shifted. So if you have buyers that are shopping, they have to shop the rate the same day with all the lenders they're looking at. Otherwise, they're not going to get good data. It's not apples to apples. As you saw, we're 3/8 different in 3 days in rate. So if somebody was shopping and they got a quote last Wednesday, and now they came to me, they'd think I had horrible rates. And then they'll be shocked when they go back to the other lender to see, oh, wow, your rates are higher too. So be careful if you have customers that are shopping, because rates can move quickly, and you need to have a very strong approval so you can compete and have the upper hand when you're making these offers, especially in a multi-offer environment like we're in. And guys, the inventory is still not great. So we don't have a ton of inventory. Think about it. If you have a rate of 2.75 and you're thinking about upgrading your home, you're probably not going to do it because you know you're going to get rates in the 5s or 6s. And the cost of doing that plus an upgraded home just doesn't make sense right now. So there's a lot of people that potentially may be moving or want to move, but they're just not selling. So inventory is going to be an issue. And a lot of those people are keeping their homes and buying another one and then renting it because the cash flow is so good on those homes that have lower rates. So inventory is going to continue to be a problem. Make sure our buyers understand that we are now entering into a multiple offer scenario, and they have to dial in their pre-approvals. So in a nutshell, a little bit tighter on the underwriting guidelines for Fannie Mae. Rates are slightly higher. Hopefully we'll get a rebound, and multiple offer scenarios. I mean, I can show you 3 or 4 emails just this morning where the listing agents responded from this weekend showing that there's multiple offers and they want their highest and best. So there you go. Are we 2021 again? Is this deja vu? It may be short-lived if rates go back higher, but we should see a rebound because the numbers are skewed. Any questions on what you guys are seeing in the marketplace? Any tough loan scenarios that you have questions on? I know it's Monday. People are always quiet. If you haven't had your coffee, make sure you go get it. I've already played pickleball, had my coffee, and I'm back in the saddle this morning. So as you can tell, I'm a little lively this morning because I just had a double espresso shot. So there you have it. Although people that know me know that I'm always like this. So any other questions? All right, guys. So if you have open houses, make sure that you're capturing all of their information for people that are there, because there are a lot of people from out of town that are not represented. There's a lot of looky-loos right now, and take advantage of that. And if you, I'm telling you, open houses during the week, this next couple weeks, they will be popular because a lot of people are in from out of town. And I would take advantage of that if you have any free time to do open houses this week. Other than that, Amy, Christy, have anything else to say?
I think we're good. Angie, you?
No, I'm good. We covered everything.
All right, guys. Well, it's going to be a little bit crazy of a week. We have the Feds are talking a little bit more tomorrow, Mr. Powell. So we'll see what he has to say. Hopefully that we'll see a little bit more of a rebound here in mortgage rates and get back into the 5s. So we touched them a little bit. I knew it was coming, and I told you it wasn't a straight line. So we had a little head fake. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better rates as we go through the week. So just to let you guys know, I'm up in Prescott on Thursdays. So anyone need me up there in Prescott, I'll always be out in the office up there on Thursday. And we're here for you guys up there as well. So thank you for everything, guys. Enjoy your week, and I'll stay on if you guys have any further questions, and go get them. It's going to be kind of crazy, but get after it, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you guys.